so we are going to be discussing specifically Harriet Tubman today, but when we're talking about her, we're going to be also talking about the importance of how it connects to the text we're currently reading. I should have got plugged out, so I blanked out blind. Alright, so first thing, what were some things that they said about Harriet Tubman when it came to her actually rescuing the slaves? Nobody paid attention? She was kind of like a Moses. She had to what? She had them change their minds. Then you kind of want to point out that fact for sure. So, people, let's say that, I'm going to use Connor, because Connor's also a character in the book. So let's say Connor was born into a situation that he couldn't help. Or he was kidnapped. Well, he was kidnapped. Let's say one day, Connor just really makes me mad, right? So, I kidnapped Connor. This would never happen because I don't want to take any of y'all home. So, let's just say I kidnapped Connor. For years, we're taking care of him. He's being treated right. But in the back of his mind, he probably missed his parents. So, we go out in public. Why do you think he would not say anything about him being kidnapped? He might what? He won't stay alive. He may be scared. Also think about it. Somebody's treating you right. What if he leaves and nobody knows who he is? Is he going to know where to go? Will he have money? Does Connor in the book have money? He does have money. He has a phone. He has a lot of supplies. But does he have anywhere to go? Doesn't know where the next meal is coming from? Anywhere to sleep? What were you going to say, Chloe?
I was going to say, say it's like you did kidnap him. You're, treating him right, and then, he goes back, and then he's not getting treated right, so he might, actually like it.
He might actually like it. Because that's what they were saying, and Jessica, you pointed this out. She was getting them back, but she hadn't changed their mindsets. Let's say you're put into a situation of slavery. You're born into that. There's nothing else you know. You go up north, what are you going to do? Anybody have any idea what you would do? What? Try to make a living? Would you know necessarily how to handle money? No. They, a lot of times, would travel up north, but didn't know what to do or what they could do. A lot of them became sharecroppers back in the South, or they would make themselves get recaptured or go back because they had nowhere else to do, nothing else to do. All right, let's talk about chapter 4. Now, I know some people actually read chapter 6, like you guys were told. So first, we see that Connor was chasing Lee. Why was he chasing Lee?
So you can have somebody that will...
So he can what?
So you can have somebody that will do...
A little bit louder.
Because he would want to save other lives, too.
He was trying to save Lee. What just happened to Lee? He got shot by a tranquilizer. So what usually happens when you get shot by a tranquilizer? You pass out, you start not feeling anything. So therefore, Connor had to what? Pick him up and take him where? Into the woods. Good job. And that's where they meet Risa. Now, does Risa automatically want to go with them? No. How does Connor convince her? Tell them they should work together. So let's say, I'm not saying Cameron would ever do this, but let's say Cameron's about to steal a car, right? Malik is like, no, I don't want to do it. But Cameron's like, man, we got to go to the game tonight. Like, if we do this together, we're less likely to get caught. But if I do it by myself, I might make a wrong move. Now, Malik, what would you say? Would you say yes or no to stealing the car with him? You still say no? But in their situation, did Risa really have a choice? She didn't have a choice like Malik was. All right, so what we're going to do now is just look at the Underground Railroad. Oh, no, not that part. We're going to talk about the article that you guys have in front of you. Go ahead and look at it. It is about the Underground Railroad, and we're going to just read a paragraph. And I'll tell you guys what your task is today, then we're going to get into rotations early, so you guys can wrap up early. Who actually knows things about the Underground Railroad or slavery? Besides that it was just black people. Okay, who knew Harriet Tubman? Whoever heard of her before? So that's one point they also pointed out, was that a lot of people probably don't know about slavery or the Underground Railroad, but they know who she is. Alright, so I'm going to read just the first part. General articles, the Underground Railroad. Slaves who fled risked the hardships of fugitive life, the danger of capture, and even the threat of death. African Americans fled slavery in the South for a variety of reasons. Brutal physical punishment, psychological abuse, and the endless hours of hard labor. Without compensation, drove many slaves to risk their lives to escape plantation life. The death of a master usually meant that slaves would be sold as part of the estate, and family relationships would be broken. While some slaves headed north with relatives or friends, most traveled alone, supported by the kindness of other African Americans or abolitionist whites they might meet on the way. Only a small number of slaves traveled by the organized network of routes, conductors, and stations that came to be known as the Underground Railroad. So how do you think Underground Railroad has anything to do with the situation Connor, Risa, and Lee are now putting themselves in? Does anyone have some comparison? Connor?
They were all escaping, being around. It's kind of like, and in this it says like, they would have help from family and friends, and so like they're helping each other get away from being around.
Good job. They're helping each other and they're running away from something that could kill them. That will kill them, actually. Some of you guys wrote on your papers, so I'll be giving you those back. Anybody else? How does it compare?
Like, Connor was like, here, tell me when you had to go help somebody else. And, like, the slave owners was like cops. Because they from close to them, they was like,
Good job. So, what Christian said is that Connor was most like Harriet Tubman. Do you guys agree? Because did he have to save Lee and Marisa? But he knew the importance of working together. Alright, so I'm going to show you guys, you've done this before, and I passed it out to you guys last class, but it's the bridge building. What do bridges do? Help you get across something, and they do that by connecting two different streets or roads to make the bridge. So you're doing the same thing today. Now, you're going to start with 3 different connections. Text to text to self, and then text to world. So we're talking about text to text. What's the first text? I said quote, phrase from the article. Show me the article you'll be using. Good, Underground Railroad. Now, what text do you think I want you to compare it to?
Pardon the interruption.
Yes, ma'am.
Can you send Anaya Rogers for early dismissal?
She's on her way. Alright, so, yes, text, I want you to compare it to unwind. I'll be working with you guys on that really quick to give you an example. Now, text itself. I heard a lot of people last class, not y'all, my other students, how can I connect slavery? Now, my students who are of African American descent don't just say, I connect them on black. Okay? Let's be honest. There are many things you can say about escaping, wanting to leave, or even just talking about how people work together. So think about that. Now text to world. You're thinking about a world event. You can even talk about slavery itself. So I'm going to help you out by doing the first connection, which is text to text. So let's look back at the article. So I'm going to use one of the quotes I used from here. Okay. I'm going to use family relationships will be broken. And I'm just going to make that into a quick quote. And again, you can pick a whole other quote. Actually, I don't want you to use this one. Oh, yes, sir. Oh, sorry. Oh, that's okay. Yes, sir. You good? Okay. Now, for the connection that I would put for the text, how are some of the family issues broken? Let's think about Connor specifically. Jessica.
Wasn't his parents divorced?
Connor's parents weren't divorced. Not Connor's. Huh? They were not separated. They were living together. But how did, when Connor found out he was going to be unwound, how did that change, how did it break his family? Malik. What? They split away. He decided to run away. So, Connor had to leave his parents in order to escape. I'm not asking for page numbers, nothing. All you need to do is for this one specifically, find a quote in the text and then compare it to something from text. Now, the text itself, what are you comparing it to? Yourself. Something about yourself. So the only one you need to look at online for is the first one. Now, text the world. A lot of my students are like, what does the world have to do anything? Y'all know people, y'all know teens that like teens gonna run away. We did a achievement called Teens Run Away and Join Circus. Think about the things that you've done or world things you can compare it to. Anybody have questions? Anybody know they're gonna need my help when you're doing this? Okay, when you guys get in your groups, I will be walking around to help you guys out. So I'm gonna hand these out. Your rotations for today. Front groups, you're gonna get these papers. You're gonna go ahead and do them today. Aiden, like yours is already on here. When you are ready, if you know you already put your name on one, I'll hand it to you. If you did not, you'll get a new one. That's what you're doing up front. This group over here, you have the questions, and I'll show you guys how to get to them. So you're going to go and focus. So ignore this, 7th period. You're going to go to the assignment that says Chapter 3 and 4 in Underground Railroad Questions. You're then going to click where it says Link to Questions. Now for past history, what are you going to do when you see that link? Thank you. You can copy and paste it. Now you're going to put it not in Google Chrome, but where? Microsoft Edge or Internet Explorer, because it'll take you straight there without having you to sign in. And then you're going to just paste it here. And the question will come right up. There are 5 multiple choice and 2 open-ended, but I'm only looking for the quote. So, for example, number 2, you're going to look at number 1 and find the quote that supports it. I'm not asking you to do aces at all. Everybody got it? Yes. Are you supposed to be talking over there? Who? Over here. You guys have common lit. The class, you forgot the class code, it's already on the board. On the actual board, not the. But it's the actual class code. So you're going to do one common lit, which is called Y team. Oh, right here. So the common lit you guys are going to do. Now y'all can't be upset. I named it this one. Why it matters that teens are reading less. That's an actual article. But you guys have to do that one, okay? Everybody got it? I know it's petty. I don't care.
That's for them.
No, that's for that group. So if you finish over here early, you can go ahead and start on it. Because remember, whenever it'll save all your progress. Alright, so people over here, get your laptops. Up front, I'm about to pass these out. You know you did one. Alright, you can pause it.